Let's go! Welcome to the Underground Crypto Deep Dive Show, where we're going to start off at the 4-hour chart for BTC, and we talk about it almost daily. And if you're a lifer, then you got that lifer vision if you've been following the lifer for a long time like I have. And it looks like we're getting back above this red line here is the 200-day moving average. White line is the 21-day moving average. If you don't understand the significance of that, go check out the Crypto Lifer on YouTube. He will teach you everything you need to know to make that the basis of how you trade. Anyways, it looks like we pumped up over the 21 and now we're getting above that 200. Can we hold it? Can the 21 come up across the 200 and we get above it? Could get a nice pump out of it. Bottom of the bear market? I don't know. We're going to find out here in a couple of months, that's for sure. How's all my undergrounders doing out there? Of course, it is Monday, so we are kicking off a fresh stream. Let's see who's in the chat. Melissa's in the chat. Wow, just Melissa? Okay. Well, I guess it is Monday vibes. I'm sure some people will show up here shortly. But what do I want to talk about? Well, I want to talk about what the series of the week is. We want to lay it out. Because, as I always say, I will be here raising my crypto IQ pretty much regardless. Oh, I'm not on the screen? Oh, there I am. What's up, everybody? Sorry about that. Where's your camera? Yeah, I appreciate you saying that. I realized it. At least I didn't, do the entire intro or something like that. Anyways, welcome to the Underground Crypto Deep Dive Show, with another daily Raising Your Crypto IQ series. Tonight, we begin a completely new series called Crypto Security Illusion. I think this is going to be a good one. What do you guys think? Throughout the week, we're going to go beyond the basic scam warnings, right? And examine the actual systems we trust to protect our digital assets. And who knows what we might uncover. Our first question sounds pretty simple. Can you trust a hardware wallet? Yeah. How about cold storage, right? Because that would be hard. That would be a hardware wallet as well. Hot wallets don't usually have a piece of hardware attached to them. For anybody who doesn't understand that dynamic. Now, most people think a hardware wallet is the final answer to crypto security. And a couple of years ago, that's definitely how they pitched it. Your keys remain offline. Your device requires physical confirmation, and your seed phrase never touches the exchange. That sounds like a vault. But the recent COLDCARD disclosure exposes a deeper problem. The company says the seed generation defect affected releases beginning with firmware 4.0 and up, and back probably. Fixed firmware is available, but seeds created under affected conditions may still require migration. Updating the device does not retroactively strengthen the seed that was originally generated. You almost just need a whole new thing. The thing that's interesting is there's this COLDCARD company that the issue with this lives. I never heard of them. Anybody out there in the chat ever heard of COLDCARD before all of this stuff rolled out? I mean, I know that there are many companies out there. Luckily, I never got that. I don't know if it's maybe one of the first ones that came out or something like that. That could have a lot to do with it. But anyways, tonight we are separating blockchain security from wallet security. We will learn where seed phrases actually come from, what randomness actually means, why more words does not automatically equal more security as you might think it will, and how devices can remain completely offline while still producing vulnerable keys. Can you please explain the difference between the wallets? Do you mean like the difference between different cold storage wallet or like a hot wallet? And a hot wallet is just like MetaMask is just a wallet that's completely lives online, right? It doesn't have a physical hardware. A cold storage wallet is the physical hardware creating a gap, right? So a hot wallet is hot because it's always connected to the internet all the time. Where a cold storage wallet, the idea is that there is what you could call an air gap or an internet gap where it is not always connected to the internet, therefore taking away a lot of the vulnerabilities. That's the idea. Problem is, if they have your seed phrase, none of that matters. But it's a good idea. Just because this one company had some issues, I don't think really invalidates all cold storage wallets. What else are you going to do? Hot wallets connected to the internet 24/7 and can have, they did this story and things, and they're really dogging on hardware wallets, but it has nothing to do with hardware wallets. It has everything to do with seed phrases. If the randomness of the seed phrase is trash, what do you think hot wallets are somehow different? No, hot wallets use generated randomness seed phrases all the same. So basically, if AI or quantum or whatever can just batch out a ton of seed phrases until it picks a wallet, well, then that pretty much means nobody's safe. And the bigger lesson is not that every hardware wallet is unsafe. The lesson is that self-custody replaces trust in an exchange with a completely different chain of trust. I don't know if you can get away from trustless or get away from trust and become trustless, right? And most users have never examined every link in that chain. That's what we're all about. We're going to raise your crypto IQ. It's a good one. I don't know where everybody's at today, but these are the saucier ones. I think all of our shows are great, but this is one of those ones that could really raise your crypto IQ and could save you a ton of money. But hey, they don't show up. They don't show up. Security is a process, not a product. And again, most people show up a little later in the show. No worries to all my undergrounders who may get here a little later or watch this later. A hardware wallet is one security product. It's not the entire security process. And of course, the quote of the day is security is a process, not a product, says Bruce Schneier. I don't know who that is. And of course, my favorite segment that we do before we kick off to the crypto bubbles, what you may not know. Your hardware wallet does not hold any cryptocurrency. I know. Who knew that? Who had that high of a crypto IQ? The assets remain recorded on the blockchain. The wallet protects the keys used to authorize transactions. A 24-word seed phrase can still be vulnerable if the randomness used to create those words was predictable. It wasn't random enough. Updating firmware can correct how future seeds are generated, but it cannot rewrite randomness behind the existing seeds. That is the whole problem with COLDCARD, the company. So importing an old seed phrase into a brand new device does not create a new private key at all. The same seed deterministically cannot speak. Recreates the same wallet. Okay, so basically if you go buy a brand new device and you put import wallet and then you put in your seed phrase that you had for another wallet, because you were worried about you have a cold card or whatever, right? And you put in the same old secret, it's the same thing. It doesn't actually change the wallet. You would have to create a new wallet. Air-gapped only describes how a device communicates. It does not guarantee a flawless firmware, reliable randomness, or safe backups. That's why it's so important to understand what you're doing. How many people have thousands, if not hundreds of thousands, if not millions of dollars on devices that they don't even understand how they work? That's kind of sad. And it's all good until you get had, until you get taken for a bunch of money, and then people want to cry. And it sucks. I feel for them. I'm the type, I feel for people, for sure. I hate to see people lose in any way, shape, or form. I want us all to win, and I believe that we can. I guess I'm naive. But anyways, it sucks, but people also, you try to educate them, and they don't want to hear it, and so bad things happen. But that's life. It's not specific to cryptocurrency. It's kind of everything. Just as they will tell you, if you get a ticket, arrested, whatever, they will tell you that ignorance of the law is not an excuse for breaking the law. I didn't know, and they didn't care. That's what they'll tell you. You didn't know, and we don't care. Anyways, let's move on. Let's look at these crypto bubbles. What the heck is going on? Let's toggle that 1 through 1,000. It's Monday. Who's heard of false move Monday? All right. Usually when it's green on a Monday, I get worried, because if the false move is up, then the rest of the week is down, and vice versa. It's not a 100% science. It's just something that happens a lot of the time. So I'm hoping that doesn't actually play out to be true. I've seen plenty of Mondays pump, and then it pumped the rest of the week. and every variation of that as I've been in crypto for sure. And we pay a lot of attention to it as a lifer if you watch the lifer stream every day and have been educated over there. Anyways, 1 through 100, not even 1%. We got 1%, 3 through 400. And then this 8 to 900 always has like a banger in it. 8, yeah, it's 4. It's this coin every time. You always see these coins. Where can you buy these? Somebody needs to figure this out, because this thing goes from, 9 cents to 64 cents and back. Like, look at it on like a monthly. Bang, 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 bang. It just consistently does it. And it looks like it's about to fall down again and it's like the same floor. This is what tells me this is probably behind some kind of locking key. It's called Stabler. There's nothing stable about this. Euro, so it has to do with the euro. I don't know if you can actually buy it, but I'll tell you, if you can actually buy this coin, just buy like $10 every time it hits 0.095 and then sell it every time it gets to 0.5, and you will be just making money hand over fist. I don't know what this is about. We've seen other coins do this, and something tells me that you can't actually buy it, but I haven't done my research. That's what we're here for. So we got VVV pumping. I guess I'm not going to get that entry under $10 for VVV. So sad for me. Why is everything rhyming? I'm not doing that on purpose. So we went as high as $13.36 today from about $11.79. Are we starting to get a little bit of a pump for the altcoins? I don't know. Struggleheart in the building. What's up, Struggleheart? Thanks for reaching out today. It was good talking to you. Sorry if I might have got distracted. I don't know if we finished our conversation. Matic up 7%. I mean, when was the last time you heard Pol had pumped? Look at this thing on the yearly. Ugly. I remember when Matic came out, I bought it at 30 cents, and I thought, this thing is going to do something. Oh, man, those were the days. Hash, 11.2%. Morpho, 7.3%. Let's drop down another 100. Velvet, down 43%. A lot of people want this Velvet. Could be a good time to buy. I'm not sure. It's still up 35% on the week, but that's because it came in at about 43 cents, and you're sitting at 58. Could be a great buy. On the year, it's up 900%. So Ansem is up, though, 28.9%. People chasing those meme coins. Beat down 18.5%. Humanity down 14.6%. I was pretty sure Humanity was done. Was very surprised to see it actually pump. So it's losing that pump. Pyverse is an interesting coin. We caught it when it first came out, and they didn't rebrand. They kept their name and everything, but they completely changed what they were. I don't like that. You're a new coin. You just came out, and then now you're already a totally different narrative and just launch a new coin. I don't understand the point of that. It just really puts a bad taste in my mouth when they do that. GPS up 50%, let's call it. What's this? WikiCat up 18%. Allura, we watched this one quite a bit. We watched this thing launch, or token generate, we should say. It's up 13%. Sysic down another 38%. Might be a good dip to buy some if you are bullish on that. So let's run over and do our price rundown here. Make sure we have current relevant numbers. 2.28 trillion, up 2.5% today in market cap. That tells you we're starting to get a little bit of an influx of liquidity. I love to see that. Bitcoin, of course, benefiting from that, up 2.5% in the last 24 hours. Melissa says, it doesn't say where or what exchange to get it from if you click on the market or info tab. I didn't even look, I'm going to be honest. I will bounce back to it, though, because I probably should have looked at that. I'm just like, lately, with the way things have just been not in the mood to try to chase any of this stuff around, because everything is so unstable, even though this is apparently called stable. It says that you can buy it on MEXC Global, Uniswap Volume 4. There's a lot of like flags here. Trading price or volume is an outlier against the average, so anomalies. Inactive, no trades in the last 3 hours on this thing. Although it pumped, I don't know. This seems like it's maybe a product of somebody's. I don't know what it is. But if you have MEXC Global, you could go check it out and see what the heck it's doing. All right. So Bitcoin is at $64,329, up almost 1% in the last 7 days. Ethereum reclaiming that $1,900 price point. I own a tiny bit of Ethereum, and I bought it around $1,900. So it's good to see it go back to 19. Although if we don't continue to pump within the week, this 1900 it'll fall back under because it's barely there, right? BNB $604, same idea with the $1,900 price point for Ethereum is the $600 price point for BNB, same idea. XRP at $1, just holding. I'm hoping it can hold $1 in the bottom of the bear market, but we'll probably see it go at least a little lower than $1. Solana $75.84. Hyperliquid, $59.61, up 7.8%. I've been saying it's been around like $50, $52, 55. I was like, I think this is probably some of the best price you're going to get for Hyperliquid, unless BTC decides to take a tumble to like, 58,000, 55,000 and really put in a new low locally for the bottom of the bear market here in the next month or so. Otherwise, I don't know if you're going to get a better price for it. So we're getting down to the line where it's like BTC's rather going to tumble and give us some lower lows on some things, or it's not, and it's going to be over, and that'll be the bottom of the bear market. We have a few months to really figure that out. Zcash, $513, and that's according to the 4-year Bitcoin cycle. If you don't know what the 4-year Bitcoin cycle is, go ahead and drop a 111 in the chat. So Monero, so we've been watching Zcash basically kind of losing against Monero. Every day it was like Monero was getting a little bit of green and Zcash was getting a little bit of red. So Zcash getting back above $500, 3.8%. There's a lot of things I could say about the recent news and the exploit and the minting of coins, and we don't know how many are minted, and you can't even tell because it's private. Very interesting dynamic, but I won't go there right now. Monero, XMR, $414, up 4.8%. We're just seeing a little bit of money flow into altcoins. Chainlink, though, $9.47, up almost 15% in the last 7 days. A lot of buzz going on for Chainlink. Chainlink, a big coin, $7 billion in market cap. I wouldn't necessarily... It's all an appetite for risk. I'm not even going to get into it right now. If somebody wants to know, they can certainly ask about it when it comes to risk in portfolio and stuff like that. But I'm not going to go off on a tangent because I can go there so easily. 17 cents or 17.5 cents for Cardano. It just recently ran up to 20 cents and we've kind of come back down. Above my head here, you can see the 7-day chart. That's what these little charts are. And you can see that Cardano's just been on a steady decline. That is from 20 cents there. So we'll see what happens. It's down 10% in the last 7 days. Everything getting green inflows. So when you see kind of liquidity flow into the market after we've had a time period where liquidity hasn't been, flowing into the market in a bullish way, it's been flowing out in a bearish way, look at what gets... Well, first of all, look at how long the pumps last, 24 hours, 48, a week, 2 weeks, and then look at what coins get liquidity and what coins don't get liquidity. And right now, we're just starting to have a little bit of liquidity come in, and Cardano's not getting any. Just pay attention to that. It doesn't mean anything definitively. It doesn't mean Cardano's a bad coin or anything like that. It just means pay attention to the money, follow the money is the motto. XLM, 15 cents, high 15 cents, almost 16 cents there. Bitcoin Cash, $204. Gram, also known as Toncoin, $1.33. Pretty much flat up 0.3% in the last 7 days. Canton is pretty much right at... I'm probably going to buy a little bit of this Canton. I'd like to have a little bit, 3.5 billion. When you get into these higher tiers, you might think 3.5 billion is a lot, and to double and get another 3.5 billion is like unlikely, but these big low risk coins, they attract a lot of capital from institutions and big players and stuff like that. So in a real bull market, which altcoin season we really didn't see, it was the end of 2024 that we saw any bit of an altcoin season. It was very short lived. I thought we were heating up to run into 2025, but that's a story for another day. as we were supposed to. But anyways, I really want to get a network under 8 cents, pure my analysis of it. We're almost there, but I might scoop a little bit just in case we don't get that. Let's see. SWE at 67 cents. I think SWE under $1 is a good buy. Avalanche, $6.33. And that is my opinion. Let me clarify that. Not financial advice. For me, I think SWE is a good buy under $1. But hey, I'm a guy on the internet. You do your own research. That's what we're here for. Meme Core at $1.15. If you know this channel, you know we kind of follow and watch this. And it's up 4.8%. So we'll see if it can flow back. I think Meme Core is going to be all right. I actually think this is probably a good time to scoop up a little bit more. But let's go take a look at what is trending. Today on CoinGecko. So we got Pudgy Penguins, as always. Is Pudgy Penguins ever not trending? How do they consistently show up as trending? Because people search it? I really don't know. PQ, a very interesting project we've talked about a lot of times. It's up 9.3% in the last 7 days, but 21% in the last 24 hours. And look at some of these charts today. Again, above my head, 7-day chart. PQ, nice pump. Venice token, nice pump. The Black Bolt Ansem, a meme coin, nice pump. And Pump.fun itself actually is down. So there's that. Cash Cat down. It makes me actually think, this is super random, but I want to do this real quick. All right, just checking on some Robinhood memes here, seeing if they're getting any love, and they're not. So Hyperliquid, trending, Bitcoin, Monad, Pi, GPS or Go Plus Security, ZK Sync, and Ocean Protocol. Ocean Protocol is an old one. Solana and Ethereum. So we're looking at what's trending, but we're also looking for coins that we might not know what the heck they are. If you see one and I don't talk about it, feel free to say something, but I don't think any of these are projects that you guys have never heard of. We got a lot of veterans in this group here. So let's get to crypto rank. Let's look at that fear and greed index at 41. How do I feel about that? It's nice to see it go to 41. And I don't even really care if we get into the 50s and the neutral, personally. That doesn't bother me. But I don't want to see the fear and greed index get too high without liquidity coming into the market, right? We get these small pumps and the fear and greed index really moves. And again, fear and greed index is about momentum in the market and sentiment. Sorry, not momentum, more like sentiment, I feel like. And you just don't want it to move too fast. You don't want it to move too fast and price not really move with it, because then sentiment will drop quick and price will drop quick. You want nice slow move up, basically. Let's go to what is trending over here on Crypto Rank. Crypto Rank really looks at things a little bit different. They look at a lot more institution, as you see, funding rounds, token sales, seed rounds. It gives us a little bit of an edge to see what is coming down the pipe. Now, not everything is going to have a token generations, I believe. Some of these are just private companies, but it is kind of good to see what is coming out. We've seen a ton of services around institutions, and institutions could be anything from hedge funds to banks, right? But anyways, this really gives us a little bit of an edge, but not everything is going to have a token. Anyways, I digress. Go Plus Security, we already talked about that. MetaDAO, Open Router, Interfold or Enclave, which it looks like a rebrand. We'll go down and we're going to come back to those. XST, I can't remember. I feel like this might have just token generated recently. Bitcoin, of course. Blur. This is what's trending over on Crypto Rank. Blur is 3.5 years old. I really like that you get the how old a coin is, because it's just super helpful, and I don't see that on a lot of platforms. All right, we're caught up with the chat. We got Blocks, Plasma, Quantix Finance is 1.8 years old. I don't know that one, but when it has finance in the name, a lot of the finance are yield bearing assets, stuff like that. They're all very similar. USD.ai. This came out, it had a little bit of buzz and then just kind of nothing. So it's the first time I've seen it again in a while. We'll keep an eye on that. You might see this pump tomorrow. It's possible. I'm not telling you it's going to pump. I'm just saying you might see this thing pump tomorrow. Same thing with Quack AI. Bitway, Tron, Zero. It's 01, I think. I don't think it's a zero. It's like 01 dot exchange. We saw this thing come out. Hasn't been very bullish in price action, but it's hanging out there. It's getting trending today. Temp Estas Copper. So this is maybe, this is like a copper tokenized stock, maybe in like a Brazilian market or something, because I believe that's Spanish. Aave Giggle Fun. All right. So Giggle doing its thing a little bit. And this Multiply, which we already started to look at. So let's get up here to this Open Router. Open Router is a platform designed to facilitate access to various AI models through a unrefined API. $7.5 billion. What does that tell us? Well, first of all, we know what it is. Second of all, we can come over to tags. Okay, we don't really have an ecosystem or anything, but we know it's AI. When you see $7.1 billion, you know people put some money up. People do not typically invest, and I'm not going to go into explaining the whole game of like venture capitalism and stuff. They throw money at things sometimes, right? But how much money they throw at it is usually based off of how much they really believe in it. And so They definitely make enough money off the winners to cover all the losers, but they're not trying to go hard on coins that they think could be losers. What do I normally pay attention to? Tier 1s, right? We have Andreessen Horowitz, Venture Capitalists, and Sequoia. These are tier 1s. I don't really pay attention to the lower ones because they're just not important in my opinion. But you don't see Coinbase. You don't see like YZI Labs or any of that kind of stuff. Also, the funders and backers can tell you who they're facilitated with, right? Who they're connected to. Then, of course, you have the team. We haven't done like a team deep dive in a while. I don't think that was highly popular. I love all kinds of data and information. I like to soak up information like a sponge. Memory of an elephant, I always say, but not everybody does. Open Router is a platform designed to facilitate access to various AI models through an unrefined API. It allows developers, businesses to integrate multiple language models into their application without managing separate APIs for each provider. So this sounds already off the cuff, like something you would use in the development of your app or your website, and then like a continuous service or data feed or ability. What do they call that? There's a proper word for it, built into whatever you're using, right? The service supports a range of models, enabling users to compare performance and switch between them as needed. It's just super useful. Now, will there be a token around this? I don't know. It's definitely a good question. They have a YouTube. We can learn a lot about it. I love to deep dive and research things, but we could get a little stuck on things and we could stay there for the entire show. And I don't want to do that because we got a lot of stuff to cover. Enclave. We've heard of Enclave before. It's a zero knowledge proof. Again, raising that crypto IQ. If you don't know what ZK is, you see it a lot maybe, but you don't know what it means. Homomorphic encryption, zero knowledge proof, zero knowledge rollups, stuff like that. I would take some time. It's not going to take you a lot of time. I don't think these things are super That's, I think, a big problem with a lot of people is that they think that these things are like super highly developer, technical, way over their head, and they're so much simpler than you would think they are if you would just take 5 minutes to read a description. Oh well, is what it is. Ethereum blockchain, all right, Enclave. We got an Ethereum contract address. It is an open source protocol for coordinating the various actors and composing the various components. What the heck does that even mean? Enclave is an open source protocol for coordinating various actors and composing the various components necessary to create encrypted execution environments. I guess that's known as E3. Oh, look at that. That thing I was just talking about being highly relevant with a new project. Who would have guessed? These novel execution environments secure computations using fully homomorphic encryption and other advanced cryptographic techniques like zero knowledge proofs. Look, there's both of them right together. And distributed threshold cryptography, DTC. Unlike trusted execution environments, that's one you should know because that's been around for a while, TEEs, which rely on trusted hardware and can be vulnerable to side channel attacks and validation weakness. I know this is going over most of your head. This is kind of for me right this moment. Enclave's decentralized architecture, advanced cryptography, and privacy-preserving mechanisms design provide strong academic and cryptographic guarantees around data privacy, data integrity, and correct execution. You got all that? Everybody got all that? Let's go to their website. $4 million raised is not a lot of money in this space, right? I don't know what they need the money for, but that's not a lot of money. All right, interesting looking website. Definitely not hitting me with the wow factor. I haven't really done a lot of the website, like giving them a 1 through 10 kind of score in a long time. We'll bring that back in the bull market, right? I think it becomes a lot more highly relevant in the bull market right now. We need to focus on what's worth focusing on. How about that? The Interflow brings confidential coordination to digital systems, turning private inputs into verifiable outcomes without data custody, input exposure, or trusted hardware. And that's where I'm going to leave that one. Again, very techie project. We could go into a lot of different things there, but I don't know that it's highly valuable to do that. And so many tabs. Anybody updated their browser? Who's got the tabs on the side of the screen like I do now? I don't even think about it. I'm always like looking at the latest stuff and using the latest setups and stuff and workflows. My wife got on my computer the other day. She was completely lost. She didn't know what she was doing. Blocks. She didn't know where anything was, for that matter. Malaysian fintech and payment platform issuing, MYRC. So this is what, like Myanmar or something? No, Malaysia. A fiat-backed Ringgit stablecoin. There's not a lot to say about this. This is a stablecoin for a Asian market or environment that most of us are probably not a part of. And even then, it's a stable coin. Would stable coins not, I mean, somebody out there, I guess, needs to hear this. Stable coins are hard to make money off of a lot of times unless you're getting like a yield from staking them or something like that. That's really where you can make your money, because the companies behind it that own the rails, they're the ones who make all the money off the fees, and there's no real exposure other than yield bearing for the average person, right? It's not like, a coin that you could buy and then it goes up in value and you make money. Stable coins hopefully don't work like that. I'm fine with the stable coins going up, but if they go up, that means they can go down, and that's not very stable. Kind of defeats the idea. Let's talk about Multiply. It's in an ICO. They've raised $21 million, a lot better. Let's see, we got any tier ones in here. Oh, we got 3: Sequoia Capital, Spartan Group, and Pantera Capital. I would love to go on a tangent and really deep dive and research a lot of these venture capitalists and who has the best track record, who should you be follow, that kind of thing. But they play a different game, and that's why I haven't really done that on the channel and taken the time. Is they get in early, right? They get pre-access to prices that you'll most likely never see. Well, you will see the price, because when it comes out and they dump all of their coins on the market, depending on whatever agreements they have, you will see a much lower price than they probably even bought as they dump it on retail's head. Multiply is a cross-chain yield platform enabling secure, high API farming on tokenized asset RWAs. Sounds good. And I'm sure money will be made, especially for the people who got to buy before everybody else. I mean, it's one thing that crypto kind of gives you is that in the United States specifically, you have to have $1 million in the bank or for some other reason be an accredited investor and to get in on early access to stuff. Basically, rich people get early access and they can stay rich because they don't want poor people to be taken advantage of. But basically, it takes your ability to buy anything really cheap and early away. And also, the companies are not really they're not looking to get a bunch of poor people's money. They would like a handful of wealthy people's money because it equals a lot more money a lot faster. TCU29 is a one-to-one copper-backed RWAs for digital asset ownership of physical copper. Where's Blues Guy? I said coffer. Oh, need a sip of this coffee. Maybe that'll help. Blues Guy would love this one. Anytime I think of copper, I think of Blues Guy. Good evening, good evening. Welcome in, welcome in. Thank you for being here at the Underground Crypto Deep Dive Show. So let's move along. Tutorial, again, they were showing how to make a meme coin on the Binance Smart Chain at one point. They named the coin Tutorial, and people dug it up a long time later. They dug it up and they decided to pump it. It's actually only 1.5 years old. I thought it was older than that. So many things to keep track of here in crypto. Let's introduce the topic of the night, hardware wallets. Hardware wallets are marketed as the safest form of personal crypto storage. Many owners consequently treat the device as a final security answer instead of a one component inside a much larger system. Even though I own a couple cold storage wallets, one of them has nothing on it and I don't use, and I'm not even sure why it has nothing on it. I thought it had a little bit on it. Don't know if I moved the money somewhere else or if it's just a piece of junk and I lost my money. I don't know. And that would actually be the Trezor company. Not really trying to say anything bad about them because I might have just moved the money. But when I'm on it, there's no history of any transactions, which makes zero sense. It's frustrating. Let's put it that way. I've restored it from zee-verse. zee-verse works. It restores. It just has no history of anything that's ever happened on the wallet. Stuff like that. Now, maybe that's because I restored. I don't know. Anyways, not a fan. I do have another cold storage wallet, though, that I like a lot better, which is the Ledger. And there is a link in the description if you would like to get a cold storage wallet. But first, maybe educate yourself. I'm not about all the affiliates and links. I have some, but I don't pay any attention to them. I don't even know if anybody's ever bought anything on them. The COLDCARD situation. That's what we're really here to talk about, at least initially, because this has been all the hotline. This has been all the chat. Hey, Blues Guy, I was just thinking about you, just talking about you, and here you are. It says, blessings, gratitude, much love, UG, and family. We were just looking at a one-to-one copper tokenized coin. I don't know if you saw that, but that's why I was thinking of you. All right. So the situation demonstrates that security failures can happen during the creation of the wallet itself. Now, one thing I want to stop on for a second is this is just like, and of course a part of the whole blockchain. How many people own crypto and have no idea how a blockchain really works? And it's not even complicated. That's the part that's a little bit frustrating, especially for somebody on YouTube trying to educate. It's not even a difficult concept. If you can understand the ledger in a bank, you're pretty much 50% or 75% to understanding how a blockchain functions. Now, are you going to understand how to code a bunch of nuance? Of course not. But you could at least understand how it operates. Because if you understand how it operates, then when there's flaws or hacks or problems, you kind of understand where they come from and how much it will affect you. Let's get straight to the point. Not everybody is philosophically entrenched and wants to learn every little detail about something like crypto, but how does it affect you? Can you spot a vulnerability? Those things are highly important. The blockchain can operate correctly. The device can remain offline, and the user can follow every visible instruction, yet the foundation may still be weak. And I could say a lot here, but I think we're going to get into it, I know we're going to get into it. So basically, I'll save what I have to say until we get to that part. The conversation must shift from, is this hardware safe, right? Because the problem with this COLDCARD, which is its own company, right? It's not the fundamental technology, but their weakness is something that could possibly be a weakness in other cold storage wallets. We just haven't seen it yet. And one thing I found really weird was that it says that they've known about it and it's been a problem back since like 2021. Why haven't they fixed it? I'm going to tell you why here shortly. Stick around. And thank you, Blues Guy, for that super chat. You know it means the world to me. Copper coin interested. It's just a tokenized copper stock. but crypto, it's cool, but they're not really like doing anything exciting with copper or anything like that. They're just a one-to-one tokenized coin. And basically, if you buy copper anywhere else, same thing, like a trust or a fund. Anyways, let's get back to what we're talking about. So we need to change it from, is this hardware wallet safe, to how was my seed generated, which software created it, and what assumptions am I actually trusting here. Real wallet security includes random number generation, firmware integrity, right, and updated often, seed creation, private key variation. So basically the different variants of your private key. Seed creation is the problem with COLDCARD. I want to say cold storage so bad. I've said it too many times in my life. But seed creation was what COLDCARD had a problem with. But private key, you know, how random it can be is, I don't know why my brain doesn't want to say that word. There's a word every stream. I read a lot on stream that just messes me up. Transaction signing, backup protection, user behavior, and recovery procedures. But what's the payoff? Once the viewer understands this chain, they can make better decisions without panicking every time a wallet story appears. I've said this from the get-go. As soon as I learned that the original exploit and problem was found back in 2021, I knew this was probably, I don't want to say a nothing burger kind of story, because if you own a COLDCARD product, it's not a nothing burger. It could be highly important. But I'll tell you why it goes back to 2021 and you could still be vulnerable and they can't really fix it. It'll all make sense to you if you just stick around a little bit. So they can determine whether an incident affects the device, the firmware, an existing seed, the company's customer data, or merely a third-party application. Those categories require different responses. So we've initiated the talking point here. Let's go take a look at our top gainers, top losers of the day. I don't know why it feels like we did that in like 30 minutes. Maybe this coffee is working. I'm not sure. Let's refresh this. I have no idea if this is up to date. And it wasn't. So Venice token up 12%, Compound up 11% really, Morpho up 8%. Those are some decent gainers. Top losers, Velvet. What's going on with Velvet? A lot of people bought it, so a lot of people dumped it. They sold out of it to run into something else. I'm not too sure why exactly it's dumping. I'm sure we could look into it. I'm sure we could figure it out. But anyways, a lot of people excited about Velvet, so it could be a good one to look into if you're looking for something to speculate on that's highly inside the public's eye or realm of awareness. Hopefully I didn't make that sound too complicated. Anyways, let's get to some news. And then we'll get back to the topic of the day. I know you guys want to learn all about if your cold storage wallets are vulnerable. Is there an issue with your cold storage wallet? How many people even own a cold storage wallet? I know Melissa does. Anybody else? Treasury proposed the first major Genius Act stablecoin rule. So the U.S. Treasury Department proposed federal definitions for who counts as a U.S. payment stablecoin issuer. This stuff sounds boring. It's actually really highly important because it's going to define who's allowed to play and who's not allowed to play on this playground of stablecoin issuing, and who must comply with the Genius Act. The proposal asks dozens of questions the industry will care about, especially how foreign issuers like Tether should be treated. Public comments are open for 60 days with response due to mid-October. Stablecoin law is moving, right? That's what we're takeaway there. I like that it gives like a little summary at the end. Yeah, Melissa, I know you do. Okay, so the stablecoin timeline is already slipping. CoinDesk says the Genius Act one-year rulemaking target passed last month without the administrating. I don't know who's trying to call me, but no thank you. So anyways, without the administration finishing the rules like they were supposed to, because government moves slow and they're always late. Who's surprised? Not me. The next law effect date milestone is supposed to be January 18th. Treasury is moving, but the final rules probably will not be instant because regulators still need comments, revisions, and transition periods. So I say this is frustrating, but it's not. I don't really care because I understand the game. I've seen it too many times. But basically, the Senate is kind of where all of the not the Genius Act, Clarity Act is right now, right? And the Clarity Act is like kind of compounding on the Genius Act. Anyways, I'm not going to get into that. But anyways, you see a lot of them taking victory laps that they killed the Clarity Act. The level of dishonesty is just, I think it's our fault as people because our attention span is so short that nobody's going to hold them accountable in September when this thing probably passes. They told everybody, they like one guy, he did a video, probably the most prominent one you might have seen online. He's having a beer because they killed the Clarity Act. And I mean, he's having a beer out of like some kind of glass. Anyways, it doesn't look like the guy drinks very much beer. Anyways, my point is, he looks like a bit of a stiff. That's actually not my point. Is they're taking a victory lap that they killed the Clarity Act. They didn't. They just went on a planned vacation, and they're going to be back in September, and then they'll have to vote on it. But people's attention span is so short, they will not. It's just the dishonesty is not surprising in any way, shape, or form. It's just the fact that they get away with it so much. It's like, we might be doing it to ourselves because we don't pay any attention. Anyways, moving on. Tether says KPMG completed its first full audit. I don't know what KPMG is. Anybody know what that is? Maybe that's like a parent company or something like that. Anyways, U.S. performed a full independent audit of its 2025 financial statements. The first time Tether has announced this kind of audit. It's important because a lot of people try to FUD Tether. Reuters reported that the audit was not made public, but Tether said its reserve exceeded liabilities by about $6.8 billion. And KPMG confirmed it issued an unqualified opinion under AICPA standards. All right. Tether is trying to answer years of transparency criticism. Good for Tether. I still think they're going to be shunned in light of USDC, but that landscape has actually been changing quite a bit, quite fast. World Liberty Financial got conditional trust bank approval. I know this makes everybody real upset. The OCC conditionally approved the National Trust Bank Charter application tied to the Trump-backed World Liberty Financial. Reuters say the charter would let World Liberty directly issue its USD1 stablecoin and custody the reserves backing it. Instead of relying on BitGo, the approval was politically sensitive because Democratic lawmakers have raised conflict of interest concerns. Big shocker. Tokenized equities triple the market share this year. The block says tokenized stock markets share has grown about 15%, roughly 3x from the start of the year. With a total market cap of around $2.8 billion, RWA transfers volume doubled in August to about $20 billion. And Ondo, Binance B stock, and X stock now control about 77% of tokenized equity. This last line here is really the takeaway, in my opinion. They've got the market, and Ondo's in there. Now, again, the analyzing that we always do, does that mean that Ondo's price is going to move? No, it doesn't necessarily mean that it has to. Because say Ondo tokenizes a bunch of RWAs, or tokenizes a bunch of stocks as RWAs. How does that put money in Ondo's market cap? It doesn't. Robinhood Chain, total value locked. surges, but RWAs are not driving most of it. Robinhood Chain, total value locked, is now is actually above 540 million. And that is up more than 45% in August. But the block says tokenized RWAs are only about 32 million, so that's really not very much, not even half, or around 6% of total value locked. Even though tokenized equities were supposed to be the chain's marquee, right, use case. So the chain was supposed to be all about RWAs, and they're just making meme coins, all right? That's what it is. Compound is trying to reinvent itself for institutions. Hopefully Compound can do it. I don't know. It's an old coin. I don't know if they got the juice. Compound approved a record 52 million budget and replaced its leadership team as it tries to pivot from retail DeFi lending towards institutional clients. CoinDesk says Compound's total value locked has fallen from about 12 billion peak in 2021 to about 1.2 billion, while Aave now has more than 11 times Compound's total value locked. Old DeFi protocols are realizing they need compliance, credit, infrastructure, institutional grade products to stay relevant. I mean, they lost relevance a long time ago. If they want to catch up, good on them, but they have to actually do it. Ethereum's next upgrade has a major privacy angle, so let's talk about it because it's coming down the pipeline. Ethereum developers are narrowing 66 proposals for the 2027 Hagota upgrade. One key idea is framed transactions, which would let wallets customize how transactions are approved, executed, and paid for. CoinDesk says the goal is to make private payments easier without relying on heavily outside infrastructure, so they want it in-house. Harmony plans a rollback after massive token forging exploit. So I guess for Harmony, code is not law. They're going to do a rollback to before the exploit. Are we going to get a Harmony Classic? I will laugh so hard if we get a Harmony Classic, right? Bitmart users are demanding withdrawals and audits. Bitmart founder Sheldon Lee dismissed claims about blocked withdrawals and unpaid employees as fabricated rumors from a hacked Chinese language X account. Yeah, but they're still probably going to need to prove everything. Binance reportedly gave Russia user data later used in an arrest. So Binance is complying with authorities. Not a surprise. He doesn't want to go. CZ doesn't want to do another 4 months in jail. Israel's largest crypto broker was hit by a data breach. Bits of Gold said hackers access personal bits of gold. I've never heard of that. Personal data for about 200,000 customers. I mean, I guess if you had bits of gold, you should be worried. Otherwise, no big deal. SafePal also disclosed a customer breach. Everybody got customer breaches. It's become so common that it's rather one of two things. They're completely negligent and their systems are outdated and it's easy to exploit and get data. Probably the most likely, if you've ever been around a big company, they don't update their security and stuff like you think they would. You would be surprised how many very, 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 very large companies have like the data. The data within their company is done like it was like in the 80s or the 90s if you're lucky, not like you're in 2026. And that's why this stuff becomes so common. Or they do it on purpose and they basically sell all this personal data on the black market to people, and then they pretend that they have a data breach. I'm wondering if that could be possible, but I'm not going to make any allegations here. COLDCARD Fallout is still one of the biggest security stories. That's what we're focusing on. I'm not going to read that because we're focusing a lot on that tonight. Kraken's parent joined Anthropic's AI security program. Kraken parent Payward, right? Parent company is what they mean. That basically Kraken is under. Anthropic's Project Glasswing. This is the bigger focus here. Giving it access to Claude Mythos 5, a cybersecurity-focused AI model designed to find and fix software vulnerabilities. Payward says it will use the model internally and share third-party open-source vulnerabilities with maintainers, people maintaining, right? Iron or IREN, delivered its first Microsoft AI cloud deployment. So, delivered the first of 4 planned Horizon AI cloud deployments to Microsoft under a 5-year, $9.7 billion contract. Horizon 1 is a 50 milliwatt liquid-cooled deployment in Texas. So this is very physical hardware, I guess, for them. And all 4 phases are expected to total 200 megawatts of IT capacity with NVIDIA's GB300 GPUs. Big physical data plant, right? Infrastructure, AI infrastructure is what it's all gearing up for. Austria issued its first publicized MiCA penalty, and this MiCA is European, regulation. And Austria, not to be confused with Australia, for all of my people out there who are terrible at geography. The SEC delayed crypto rulemaking is still hanging over the market. And this is where we're going to cut it here. Crypto regulation is stuck in a weird place. Congress is slow, and the regulators may be waiting on Congress before acting. The Senate is really where most of this stuff is out. And the Senate is on vacation. So I guess they worked really hard, and now they all need a vacation. Let's get back to our education, though. What COLDCARD disclosed. Here's what they've told us. COLDCARD's current advisory says this: a seed-generated defect affected releases beginning with firmware 4.0.1. Fixed firmware is now available. Existing affected seeds may still require migration. You're going to need to migrate. Simply installing the update does not change the seed that was previously generated. This is the key to all of this, and I'm going to explain a little bit more as we go along. Researchers have connected the defect to a major wallet draining campaign. Although reported losses differ between investigations, at the end of the day, if they could just get all the seed phrases, everybody would have lost all their money. There'd be people, rioting in the streets or something. You would hear a lot more about it. I don't know if they'd be rioting in the streets, but you would definitely hear a lot more about it if just seed phrases were now hackable, no problem, by AI or something. Bitcoin was not hacked, okay? This distinction is critical. I don't know why we're going to Bitcoin, but I guess people were worried. You get all this chatter about quantum computing is going to hack Bitcoin and stuff. Then you have one of these stories, and people don't have a high crypto IQ, so they don't really understand what is safe and what isn't safe. They start to panic. That causes other people to panic, and it just gets out of hand really fast. So the Bitcoin network did not expose any one seed phrase. Matter of fact, I would dare say that this doesn't really have anything to do with Bitcoin's seed phrases, right? It's the COLDCARD wallet itself from the company. So, its consensus system did not fail Bitcoins, and miners did not reverse ownership, okay? If an attacker can reconstruct or obtain the correct private key, the resulting transaction appears valid to the blockchain. The network cannot determine whether rightful owner or a thief produced that signature. The blockchain verifies authorization, not identity or intent. I know a lot of people would like to fix this. It has its pros and cons. So why weak randomness is so dangerous? A properly generated seed should come from an unimaginable large number of possibilities. An attacker should have no practical method of predicting which possibility belongs to a particular user. But if the generator begins from a limited or predictable internal state, the real search space can become dramatically smaller and easier to predict. The hacker does not need to guess every valid 12 to 24 combination. They only need to recreate the smaller collection the Flaw generator could realistically have produced. They can derive addresses from those candidates' seeds and compare them against public blockchain activity without contacting the victim's device. Why updating and migrating are different. Updating firmware changes how the device operates moving forward. Migrating funds moves assets away from the key created by the old seed. Again, the whole problem here is the seed phrase. That's what the seed is referring to. It's that 12 or 24 random generated words that you're given and told to protect, because if you don't have them and something happens, you're not going to get into your wallet. Well, those are randomly selected by, randomness generation. And if the pool of letters or words, I should say, or any of those things is too small, it becomes very easy. Now, there's a more complicated nuance to it, but that's basically what you need to understand. So it was COLDCARD, the company, how they set up their seed phrase generation. It was too simple. And therefore, people could guess and get close, and then they got some of them. All right, that doesn't mean if you have a ledger, that doesn't mean if you have a Trezor, that doesn't mean if you have any of these other things that they did the same thing. That's not what that means. Restoring the same seed phrase after uploading the device simply creates the same private keys. We just talked about that. If you have a COLDCARD, right, and then you go buy, I don't know, a newer COLDCARD, and then you put that private key into it, or the seed phrase, sorry, which is your private key. If you put that same seed phrase in your new device, you just have a fancier device with the exact same seed phrase. Okay, you have to import, or you have to put new wallet and then move your funds, or follow the migration procedures. So the conceptual here is verify your exposure through manufacturer's official advisory. It's where you start. Obtain instructions only through official channels, right? You can be taken advantage of. Establish a fresh, verified wallet foundation. Seems like the easiest, smartest thing to do. Test a new destination carefully. Send test transactions and stuff. Make sure you know what the heck you're doing. Move assets away from the affected keys. Retire the original seed completely. Just get rid of that old wallet. Once you moved your funds out of it, just forget it ever existed. Never enter a seed phrase into an online security checker. That's a bad idea. That means you just gave somebody your seed phrase. The complete hardware wallet trust stack. A hardware wallet owner is still trusting the device manufacturer right off rip, right? The physical component itself, the random number source, firmware developer, firmware distribution website, the device display, the wallet interface connected to it, the supply chain, their own backup methods, and their own ability to recover the wallet. Self-custody does not eliminate trust. It allows you to distribute, inspect, and control more of the trust, but it doesn't completely get rid of it. Question every hardware wallet owner should answer. So this is where we get into some sauce here, because this is what you should be thinking about when you're wondering if your hardware wallet is actually safe. When and where was my seed created? Which device and firmware generated my seed phrase? Did I import the seed phrase from an older wallet? How old is your seed phrase? Because the older that your wallet was, the more likely it could have a problem. Have I verified the manufacturer's current advisories? Have they said anything about what you own? Is my firmware source authentic? Right? Don't buy cold storage wallets on things like eBay or somewhere where somebody might have just took it out of the box, wrote down your seed phrase, put it back in the box, and hope that it goes to a billionaire and they're going to pull all the money out of it, right? Have I tested my backup without exposing it? Are my long-term holdings separate from my experimental wallets, right? Do you have burner wallets? Like, you'll see me use burner wallets a lot. They're not my main wallets for a lot of reasons. What if I accidentally exposed my seed phrase? There was a YouTuber and he got drained for millions of dollars. That was a bad idea. Would my recovery plan still work if the device manufacturer disappeared? Also a very good question. If the device manufacturer disappeared overnight, would you still be able to use your wallet somewhere? Could you import it somewhere? Who supports it? That kind of thing. All right. It is rolling into 9:41. Wow, we did that really fast. How did we do that so fast? And then like other days it takes 2 hours. Who's ready for a little bit of Twitter doom scroll? Who knows what they're going to randomly expose on here? Yeah. I always want to do the Twitter doom scroll, but then I think, what if something inappropriate shows up on Twitter? I don't want that ban on my account. And it could just happen because it doesn't matter who you follow. Twitter will just put random people in there. I think it'd be a great segment, but a little bit concerned about what shows up there sometimes. Because, you know, Twitter has no chill. Anyways, welcome to the Underground Crypto Hangout part of the night. I cannot believe how fast that went. How's everybody doing out there? I've been going at 1,000,000 miles an hour, but the chat hasn't been running, so I haven't had to really stop yet. Chainers, you know what it is. Link in the description. They're just stacking a little bit of that free BNB. Comes in, trickles, a little at a time. We're certainly hoping that BNB quadruples in value because that helps our free bag here. And you can choose if you want BNB or if you want Polmatic. Personally, I don't know why you would choose Polmatic, but you could do that. You could even choose the in-game currency of CFB. I also don't know why you would do that, but you could do that if you want. It is an option. So we harvest the stuff. Sometimes it's a little janky. There it goes. They're always changing this, and I think that's why it can be a little weird. And let me tell you, the DeFi gaming has been hot lately. So I think at the end of the stream, we might focus a little bit more on some DeFi gaming. Definitely a good way to make sure we get our allocated time in for the stream. Where are our mini games at? There we are. Play our mini game real quick, get our free item. I wish they would kind of like upgrade this game, give it some more variants. I don't know, make the map a little bit bigger. Anything. Again, I talk about it all the time. Like, you got to have constant integration. And we try things out, right? Chainers at one point was new. We were on Crypto Rank, and we were like, what is this Chainers? Then we saw it was DeFi gaming, so we were like, or it was under DeFi gaming like category. So we went and checked it out, and we found it. And we kind of been messing with it daily ever since, because we didn't have a lot of good DeFi games at the time. I like Chainers. It's not really at this point. They could build stuff, but it's not a game like you could sit here and just play for hours and hours. You kind of hop on, do your thing. It's more of like a gamified farming, in my opinion, than anything else, which is cool. I'm okay with that. I think the spawn rate on this game is a little slow, but a lot of good DeFi games are coming out right now, and I think that they're going to have a little bit of trouble. I really do. Staying relevant, and then it seems a little bit of like farming, right, on some money. Of course, farming like I originally meant with like DeFi farms. I'm going to confuse everybody out there, so I'll just stop with that. But the point is, all they seem to do is do these seasons and rewards. Pretty much all of them require you to spend money. And if you don't spend money, you don't really have much chance of getting anything. And when that's the dynamic, then it really just seems like the project's just raking in money and they don't really care about this, that, or the other. Because they've had games coming soon for forever and they have not showed up. Doesn't mean it's a bad idea to get a little bit of free BNB out of the protocol and stuff, but it does kind of mean like, where's the focus of the team and attention? money can definitely ruin a good thing. And who knows? Maybe this is what they intended on doing from the very get-go. I just don't see a lot of like anything exciting. I think they don't realize that people, they want gameplay. They don't really just want to buy. There's some rich individuals out there who will do stuff like that, but for the most part, the average person doesn't care to just keep buying the ability to like get a reward in your season tier. So it's been a little disappointing. I hope that they integrate a little bit more than that. I'm sure the team would tell me that I'm missing everything that they're actually doing, and maybe I am. All right, we're over 1,000. Let's get our free item and move on from this. I don't want to spend too much time on chainers today. You are in the Underground Crypto Hangout. We already did our staying on top of the market, what's trending, and of course some education about cold storage wallets, which I think everybody needs. This is what I'm talking about. They're always doing these little series. To get multipliers, you got to spend the currency, the in-game currency, which means you'll be buying in-game currency. You know what I mean? And it's just kind of never ending there. If you want actual gameplay, certainly recommend things like Sunflower Land. I'm like, what is that? That is not my island. There we go. Which I've been enjoying. It's winter. Crypto winter over here on Sunflower Land. I like that it has seasons when you get to the next island. It's kind of fun. Apparently half of my crops are frozen, so that's great. A little bit of adversity never hurt anybody. Alright, what do we want to grow? I think I'm going to grow some more cauliflower seeds. Oof, that takes way too long. Some cabbage, 2 hours. I think that's more appropriate. I don't have that many places open anyways. And the tomatoes. Wow, I'm surprised the tomatoes still grew. Grab our salted fish, which we eat for XP. Why is all the fish off limit? Oh, because I don't have enough salt. Alright, alright. Go ahead and get some salt. Salt rake. Restock. And I restocked and I still don't get any salt rakes. Interesting. Deliveries. Can we do any of them? What is this? Rice. I don't have any rice. I do have this. So let's go deliver this to the blacksmith. Oh, wow. Nice. So they're even doing the main areas in the seasons. I like that. I like that a lot. Let's see, anything else we can deliver? Do some deliveries. Again, the game that we've been talking about a lot, Yakkamon, is, as a matter of fact, there's a Yakkamon right here, is from the creators of Sunflower Land, which makes me think it's going to do well. I got the tiered rewards. Flour is the in-game currency. I just got some free flour. It's good to buy, items in game. I want to get to a high level to where I can get really high items and sell them in the marketplace, because some of these items are worth a ton of money. It is kind of ridiculous. I mean, $5,000, $6,000, $7,000. Let me show you. Infernal Drill, $3,000. Foreman Beaver, $2,000. Quarry, $1,200, and there's usually things that are worth even more. That's just what's on the marketplace right here, right now. Probably gonna go dig for some artifacts real quick. Kind of do my daily allowance there. Let's see if I can manage to get an artifact. Alright, we got 10 shovels. I love that when you get over here, everybody gets sidelined so you can kind of focus. Alright, crab. We're looking for well, first of all, I always need sand. But there's these Let's see if we can find. Ooh, what is that? I don't even know what that is. Oh man, getting clams. I don't think we're gonna be able to pull it off here. Yep. That's probably 10, huh? There it is. Ah, there's the artifact. We got it. Wow, I'm getting way more digs. I don't know. Is there multiple artifacts, or like once you get the artifact, that's like the artifact for today? I really need sand, so I'll take all the sand I can get. No more digs left. Yeah, I'm not going to spend any gems to get them. Let's see. Did I get enough to actually fulfill my delivery? No, I'm still 2 off. Let's see. Can we skip any of these? Skip this one because I'll never have enough for that. Wheat. I have a ton of wheat. Let's go. Of course, I bought it all. Take you so long to grow all that wheat. It'd be crazy. So Sunflower Land definitely gets a high rating as far as DeFi game goes for me. And at this point, if it's not a DeFi game, I don't really want anything to do with it. Let's see, what do we got? Oh, wow. A honey cake. That has a ton of XP. At the level that I'm at now, 30, like, if it doesn't have a lot of XP, it doesn't really do much. Like, 1,200, they add up, but they don't really do a whole lot for me. Leveling up slows down just like any good game does. Let's go home, see what we got going on. Still don't have a salt rake. I can harvest some of this stone and stuff like that, stack up some materials. Got to get to level 32 to get my next expansion. The way it kind of works is you get your island and then you keep expanding it. You got to get to a certain level and have the right items. I'll show that in just a minute. So you need all these items, but then down here it says got to be level 32 to even do it. Once you get through all of them, you go to upgrade. I need 4 more expansion and 20 of these crimstone, and then I can get on to the next island. I don't know if the next island is the volcano island or not, but I know I'm going to find out at some point here. And we will move on to a crowd favorite right now, which is Kindra. Kindra, definitely crowd favorite. And we've just been having so much fun with like the developer coming on stream and hanging out, integrating stuff that we talk about. You know, I said we need more tracks. He built more tracks. I said, hey, we need a button that lets you follow people so I don't have to chase people around. He built that. I mean, in an hour, he had everything that I had said integrated and built. It was pretty cool, honestly. They have a new area we can go to. Again, one thing I judge heavily for any DeFi game is how much they integrate, how much new stuff you get. I don't know how you could have a one-day streak. I was definitely on here yesterday. Pretty confident I was on here yesterday. Let's check out those numbers. There's a competition going on, and it's going on for a while. What I find is that normally somebody gets some insane time, you know, that to me only could be done through cheating. That's how I feel a lot of the time. And then you're never going to beat them. Like 41 second lap time. If you know anything about racing, like shaving Shaving even a second. And then, like, another thing is that only count for this original home circuit? Or does this now apply to all of these? Are people finding, like, some kind of loophole in some of these new maps? I don't know. But let's go ahead and initiate a race here. And let's see where this goes. Pretty sure as long as I stay in this area, we're good. Cartway champions. Cart livery shop. Livery? That's a weird word, livery. Very strange choice of words. We got 16 seconds. I wish it was a little quicker to launch. Especially considering I'm just facing AI bots anyways, so why does it take a whole minute? I'm not sure. I should bring that up to the developer. Maybe he's got a good reason for it. I don't know. Can't miss. Definitely can't miss those boosts, otherwise you're done. I've never done this lap before, or I should say I've never done this track before, so I'll probably be terrible at it, but let's see what happens. I really would love to get on the board like first, second, or third. My experience with a lot of these things though is like somebody's got some kind of like ability to mess with it a little bit and get like a perfect score. Let's see. Does an energy barrier keep me from these things? Ooh, it got blocked because I had that energy barrier. It's good to know. Oh, I got hit by lightning? That's not cool. I do not need to be slowed down. I'm trying to get the best track time possible. The thing is every track like perfectly the same, you know, and distance or something? Like, how do you get the best track time? Is there a certain track that might be better than others? This one looked pretty circular, so I was hoping it would be this one. I think you pretty much have to get like a boost out of every box. Of course, reminds me of Mario Kart a little bit. I think it's a smart integration. Brings a totally different aspect to the game. You could really go somewhere with that. Alright, I still managed to block them all. Or bouncing or galloping through this lap. I at least want to kind of play all the tracks here. But I don't know if I'll do another race right now. See, we got an exploding mine. I really need the speed boost. Without it, I don't think I can get my lap time down. I don't know what the wind burst does. Like, I don't really know what the point of that is. Okay. So spacebar does kind of give you a slide. I really am not sure. So you can drift. Messing around with that drift. I missed the boost. That's going to hurt my time. An energy. I keep getting an energy barrier as we go into this, which is cool because it blocks like a hit. Okay, so that thing only hits you if the spike is up. It's good to know. Should be like a boost like right here. And we'll see what happens. Blues Guy says he loves racing games. Hey, you would like this racing game, I guess. Out of coffee. So we won, but did we make any headway here? Best lap was 60 seconds. So that track must not be included. It must be the OG track. That's the only thing I can think of, is it's just this original OG track. Let's see. Can I initiate a game? And then leave and still play? Or will it like just not let me leave? Oh, I went in and out. Let's show off that bull. 1 in 12,500 chance right there. And we got it. It always just takes it a second. This is an in-browser game, so you kind of got to give it a minute to like establish a solid connection. So where is the new area? Oh look, it's Reliable J. I'm like, what is going on? It used to like say it above my head, but I guess it doesn't do that anymore, huh? Ooh, we're lagging. There we go. Get rid of those emotes. And we got some work to do. What is going on over here? See, these must be not real characters, because you can't go in here unless you're level 20 or higher. This guy's like level 9 and level 14. Ain't no way. Definitely need to run some trade. Ooh, I don't have any boost. I'm going to go grab some swiftness potions real quick. Yeah, I got you. Let me get a couple. Melissa, I see you. Yeah, I'd be glad to watch your back a little bit. Let me get a couple of swift potions just in case I need them. Go ahead and grab the hunter's signal. All right, I'm good to go when you are. And then I probably need to run a couple of them as well. Yep. Can we party up? Party. I don't think we even normally do the party. See Reliable J on the fishing frenzy. Oof, I'm about to crash out here. What is going on? All right. Just realized I have like no health potions. So that was a fail. I don't know why I have just nothing. Why do I have nothing? I must have ate up all of my fish. Ready to continue. I might wipe, but I'll probably be able to keep you from wiping. Probably gonna get attacked right here. Whoa, whoa, where'd you go? All right, you're back. This is usually where they come attack you. Might get a clean route there. Just one attack. And you're absolutely welcome, Melissa. No problemo. I wish I could have got on with you in Reliable J last night. When you hit me up, I was playing chess with my son, which I don't get to do stuff like that as often as I wish. You want to run another one? I'm going to kill this guy real quick. Oh, I don't have any health. Melissa, you want to help me kill this guy? Let's see. Do we wipe? No guts, no glory. We got him. All right. I need to go fishing. Like, I need to go fishing real quick. Just so I have a little bit of food to eat. Hold on, under crap. I might have. Yeah, no, I don't have any. All I have is a trophy fish. The fish are the easiest way. To get a little bit of food to use when you're fighting, because without some kind of food, some kind of health potion, you are going to die in this game pretty easily. Luckily, you get multiple fish most of the time when you're catching stuff. You try to get that perfect catch right in the middle. There's trophy fish. There's all kinds of stuff like that. Can you cook all the trophy fish? I have no idea. There's different kinds of fish. You got pike, trout. We got a treasure map. There are treasure maps. I don't do the treasure maps enough. Mostly because they're just like, and you got a gem. And I'm like, I can literally like create a gem from like a rock and a tree. It's not a very good reward for a treasure map. Alright, I think that's sufficient. Then we go to craft and we cook them. You can't eat raw fish. That would not help you. I don't know why. Only when I'm sitting here streaming. Maybe it's this microphone. Like, my nose hairs irritate the heck out of me. Never any other time. Alright. So I'm going to go put the hunter signal down. I got some food now. How in the world does it say I only have 4 fish? I don't understand that at all. Yeah, let's hang up the hunter's thing and let's hit. Oh, we're going full port. Oh wait, I don't have any gold. That's right. I accidentally spent all my gold on some absolute nonsense the other day. And it was highly depressing. I'm going to be using a speed boost, so you might want to mount up. It would be really sick to get like 2-3 undergrounders going at one time here. Help each other grind it out. Looking to see, I have it on my TV, the stream, if you could see the actual design on my shirt. Or if it just looks like a blue shirt. It just looks like a blue shirt. The design is too small. Ooh, hit that boost. Not sure where Melissa is. I've been abandoned. It's alright, we're still gonna make it there. Let's see, if I can do the route, I gotta do a little bit of math here. If I could do the route with 2 Swift Tonics, that cost me about 80 gold. That's actually really good, considering you'll probably make quite a bit. Let's see what we actually profit off this trade route. Yeah, we profited like 1,000 gold. I think I could spend like 80 gold. That would be fine. Very doable. Cooked pike. What is this one? All right, he's down. Do I run a trade route, or do you want to run a trade route? I think it's your turn. We can 1-for-1. I need to pick up the hunter sign, though. All right, let's go. I think DeFi gaming is getting a little bit of a push here because there's so many good games coming out, and I think we're going to be doing a lot more of it on the channel. Of course, we're not going to leave the education. The stream's going to start with, you know, a pulse on the market, some news, education, and then DeFi gaming, and I think we'll still do DeFi Friday all the same. But I definitely think we're going to push a lot more. Like the other day we were doing DeFi Friday. Man, we had 50-something people here. It was super awesome. But we're going to do that COLDCARD at some point for sure. That COLDCARD looked like so much fun. I had to end the stream. I was like, if we start this game, and for anybody who doesn't know, I was never like super good at it or anything, but when I was younger, it was definitely nostalgic. Played some World of Warcraft for years, you know, with the friends. It was never like a super high level or anything crazy, but definitely got hyped about the expansions and stuff. So COLDCARD is right up my alley, very nostalgic, and I knew if I started playing that, we were already like in a 4-hour stream. I know that stream would have gone even longer, another 4 hours most likely. Do these things even drop? They're too weak to get XP from, and they don't drop anything, so that's kind of lame. All right, is it my turn? Do we go 1-for-1? Go ahead and heal up real quick. I got enough to do hang up the badge. I thought I did that. Did I not? Was I not close enough? Oh, we are in there. And like the higher the level here, like the slower they make you. All right, we need to get going. All right, I only have so many health, so gonna need you to pull this guy off of me. Doing the highest mission. Let's see if we can do it. Is there a faster Swift Potion? Oh, my Swift Potion wore off. Oh, there we go. We got to use that. Let's go. Oh, man, I'm getting cooked. Come on, you got to kill some of these guys. They got me. I don't think they can make it through the portal. All right, I do not have any more Swift Potions. Should have upped on that. Very highly likely to get attacked here. I got enough fish to make it, but I'm gonna need to get some more fish here. Am I getting slower? Oh, this is not good. Not good. Getting attacked. Definitely gonna need more fish. Do I get attacked again before I make it there? That's the question. I got 4 fish left. Maybe I should have grinded more fish. Wow, I did get attacked. This one's brutal. Oh, delivery made. Let's go. What did I make? What? Oh, because I hit my cap. I was like, how did I make less money? Wow, I hit my cap already? That's lame. All right. Appreciate the help here. Ooh, we got some health potions. All right, that helped. You want to run a route? I got health potions. I should be all right. Do you still need to do it? All right, we could trade. We could trade. I feel like our trades are very one-sided, Melissa. You just give me stuff. But I guess it's because you're such a higher level. Okay, I'll take your one cooked perch. That helps. So do you need to run anymore, or are you at your cap for today? Shout out to Kindra, of course. Okay, giving me I was like, one perch helps, I guess. I appreciate that. I could go cook some, but if you need to run a route, this is probably easier. Maybe you just want to get them off of your inventory. And the bulls ride out. I love when you jump, though, how the character jumps, but the bull doesn't jump. I just think that's the most hilarious thing. I've never seen that in a game before. And it's pretty unique. I don't even want them to fix it. I think it's awesome. Oh, yeah, you're at cap, too. Me, too. So what do we do now? Is there anything else that we can do together? Just, like, farm bosses? They need to increase that boss spawn rate. Oh, okay, let's go check out the new area. Or I'm going to go check out the new area. You do whatever you want to do. I'm pretty psyched for the new areas and things to come out, for sure. Got a little bridge. Oh, I like it. A little, like, Chinese village. Let's see. Cavanier, the house. What does the house mean? Oh, casino. It's another casino. Anybody do much of the casino? I haven't messed with the casino at all. Man, he's got a founder key. I couldn't bring myself to drop the $40 on the founder key, and now I realize I really should have dropped the $40 on the founder key. That might have been a missed move. Oh, there's a guild bank? What's in the guild bank? Hopefully some swift potions. Are there swift potions? Got a Robinhood admin. Hey, I raced a Robinhood admin. I think he let me win, though, the other day. That was such a good stream. Still in a party with Melissa here, so let's go to trade. Get rid of this chat window. Go trade. And let's sell some stuff, because I need the money. And, all right, make sure I'm on sell. I'm not on buy. I don't want to buy stuff. The other day it was so frustrating. I just got a nice stack of money. I was going to go buy some furniture and some cool stuff. Go on a shopping spree. And then somehow I freaking used all my money. I don't even know how I did that. This is a Starfall Shard. Alright, I think we should visit the bank real quick. Oh, gotta dismount. It would be cool if it would just auto dismount you or something. That would be nice. You're an officer, so you and me are in charge of Guild Bank and adding people to the guild. I did not realize that. I appreciate you telling me that, because I didn't realize that. The referral, 500 gold for a referral is a little weak. I love the game. I love the developer. He's been really good to us. But I think if you really want like people to actually care about your referral, I'm thinking you need to up this. And I think you'd be better off not making it like 500 gold. You should make it like 300 Kindra, you know, like the actual game currency. I think that's so much more enticing. Even if it was 200 Kindra, because you didn't want to, like, you know, put yourself out there on the line for too much value, right? Make the value really small, but just make it something that could potentially go up. The gold, I don't think, is ever going to make anybody $1, and that can be hard to get people who want to onboard a bunch of people for their own financial gain, right? Just a thought. I'm just a guy on YouTube. Play Kindra made us one yesterday. I DM'd you the info last night. I'm very sorry that I missed that. I don't know how I missed that. I don't have... Are you sure you DM'd me? Let me go look at my direct message. Melissa, I don't have a direct message from you saying anything about it. The last thing I had is read what's in the yellow circle, where you were saying that we were playing, and maybe that was what it was in the yellow circle. Oh, here it is. By the way, you and Underground are officers of the guild now. Okay, so I see it now. It was in the picture. The yellow circle on that, like, sand background in that picture was very hard to see. I see the setup, though, on your, like, tablet from your screenshot. Mine doesn't look like that. Now I see it. It wasn't like a message you sent. It was like a picture. Appreciate it. All right, so I'm in my bank, and I think I was just stacking ingots. I don't even know if all these ingots are gonna... I think that'll probably get me right to my cap here. Oh, I can trade right from here. That's easy. Make sure we're in sell once again. Where are the ingots? There we are. And let's sell all of those. Oh, that only got me 167. All right. Back into the bank. Find my regular ingots here all. Oh, that takes up all the space. All right, we'll just sell all these off real quick. Ingot. See what my cap's at so far. About 400 gold off from my cap. And then we're going on a shopping spree. I won't get that much for this money. Sneeze come out of nowhere. All right, let's sell the rest of this ingot. And let's see what else we got to sell. Just wanted to sell all these ingots off first. 43, so we had about 400 left. Sell off like 20 of these gems. Oh, these gems are where it's at. There we go. We hit our cap. That's all I wanted. All right, cool. Now we're back on the bull. Let's ride. Are there shops over here? So this is Hannah Smith. Okay. Is there any new items here? I guess I'm a goblin. I don't really fully understand the whole classification. I'm a goblin, so I don't really know. I got a sword. Can I use a shield? I don't really know. Let's go into style. It's our mounts, hats, pets, weapon. Definitely have the highest sword equipped that I got so far. Oh, I do have a shield equipped. I guess he does have a shield on his hand. Okay, that makes a lot of sense. So, let's see. I guess that's what we're dropping our money on. Looks like the best shield for our dollar. Let's checking the trench chat. Looks good. Yeah, I think that's what I'm going to drop my money on. I mean, it's pretty much all of my money. So it is what it is. But, which one do I have right now? Ooh, only 22 damage. No wonder why I'm taking so much freaking damage. All right. Oh, and it even looks cooler. Let's ride. So the funny thing is, like, I'm an orc. Or no, I'm a goblin, not an orc. And I literally, I don't know what that means. Every time I touch my microphone, I gotta go make sure it's still working. All right, still working. Outfits. So there's different outfits here. I don't know why I would want to randomly be a chick. I think all the outfits should be male and female. I mean, this one looks cool. Can I do no outfit? None. And then I'm just a goblin. But how does the goblin play in with, like, being a mage or, like, you know, being a warrior? Like, I'm a goblin. That's, like, my race. Do I get to choose what I want to be? Because, like, you could be a knight. But is a knight a race or is a knight a classification? Now I'm confused. Like, what is a goblin supposed to be? And is he supposed to use a sword and shield? Doesn't matter. Can anybody use whatever they want? Like, I'm not really sure how that works. Is there a breakdown of this somewhere? That's what we really need, is like an explainer. We need some kind of like explainer tab or something that kind of explains all the races, all the classes. That would be highly useful. And the respawn rate on some of these bosses could be turned up a little bit. Just thinking out loud here. I don't expect him to like be watching all the time doing stuff. Ooh, there's a Kindra cup. I want in on that. Let's go. I want to be in the Kindra cup. How do we specifically get into the cup? Here we go. Join. All right, I'm a little bit lost. It says there's a Kindra cup going. Race codes. Join. How do I get into the Kindra cup? Of course, I only have 2 minutes to figure this out. So what am I doing? Quick race, party race, practice, players only. How about Kindra cup? Is Kindra cup an option? Anybody know? Tap to enter race. Okay, that didn't do anything. Kindra Cartway. There's not like a sign that says Kindra Cup. Yeah. I almost wish the developer was here, because the other stuff I was mentioning is neither here nor there. Maybe the like explaining of the classification stuff, that would be a really helpful thing. But as far as the Kindra Cup goes, how do I get into that? I guess. It says 1 out of 8, 1 person in the lobby. See, this will launch before that even ends. Tap for full board. Yeah, I really have no idea. Why does it drive me so nuts when I can't figure something out? I need to figure this out. How do I get into the Kindra Cup? It should like say here, weekly cup, register, wait, raining, Pintos, join. Maybe it should say Kindra Cup and then like join or something like that would make a lot of sense. Maybe there's somewhere you're supposed to click. Pretty much already here. Well, I guess I'm not getting in. Join. Quick race. Oh, it joined like immediately on a quick race. Maybe I got in. Maybe it's just quick race. Except for these are all AIs, so maybe... So weird. There's like nobody in front of me, so how are they showing somebody got in front of me? Nobody who I can see. At least I know this lap pretty good. This track. I've never seen anybody actually get hit with the mine. There is like a look behind you. Guaranteed to mess myself up looking behind me here. I must be lapping him. I think I got into it. I'm just not sure. Is this the Kindra Cup? The thing is, usually there's a 1 minute countdown. And when I clicked like Kindra quick race, it put me in instantly. I like that I'm in like the top, like, what, 8? Top 10 or something like that for the cup. But that doesn't really make me any money. I want that top 1, 2, or 3 spot there. I don't really know how to do this any faster. I mean, you can get a boost, and then you can get a boost out of the box, but aside from that, how can you go faster? Can't really like buy a faster cart. Trying to figure out what can you do to go faster. I'm running the laps perfect in the manner that I take the shortcut every time. I don't miss any boosts. I use any boosts I get out of the box. What else are you supposed to do? I would like to know, like, how are they getting like a 4.1 when I can only get like a, or they're getting a 44.1 and I'm getting like a 44. Where are they getting those 3 seconds from? They must have like a perfect round, right? Best lap, 46 seconds. Huh. So, okay. Well, enough of that. One thing I do want to do, though, and I can't believe I haven't done this yet. As you can see, I didn't make it up. I did have 53,000 Kindra, which is not a lot of money. I think it's like, I don't know, $10. Right now it's probably 8 or 9. But there's that war score. or War Scar, I think it's called. Portal that I've never been in before, because you got to hold more than 50,000 Kindra, and I didn't have it in this wallet, so I couldn't actually get in. I was trying to keep it separate from this wallet. Oh, we got to do our free spin here, see what we get. It's keeping it separate from this wallet so I didn't accidentally spend it or do something stupid. Oh, Swift Tonic. That's useful. I will take that. Reminds me I should probably go to the market and buy some. Hey, GM, welcome in, welcome in. That bowl looks clean, though, doesn't it? I love the green horns. Does everybody have green horns, or does that come from, like, the color I have picked for, like, my crown or something like that? Is that changeable? I don't know. Either way, I guess green makes sense for bull horns. It does. That makes a lot of sense. I need some swift. Welcome in, by the way. Thank you for being here. Hit some swift potions. I've never been in the War Scar here. Okay, this looks cool. Paymaster, Guild Bank, bounties. Oh, we got some bounties? They've been cooking. I didn't even know. Can I move this? So, Starfall Golem. I forget about the bounties in the regular town. I never checked that out. So, we need to slay a Starfall Golem. Alright, we'll see if we can't find one of those. It's bounties. We got the Smith. Yep, just the Smith. Should be the same. Quartermaster. Okay. Oh, we got this portable campfire. It's kind of dope. So let's grab our bag. Now I put my phone right in the way. Captain Kaiju, is that your name? I love that name. That's a great name. Just checking the pump.fun portfolio. Nothing moving there. Got some brews. I think I got some stuff I can drink here. What do we got? Health potion. A mighty brew. Let's drink a mighty brew. That'll help us. Just got a brand new shield that blocks like 58% damage. I don't know what I was waiting for. Seems highly useful. Alright, these are level 53. Can I even fight this thing? I can. I beat it. It did take like 50% of my health away, though. I wonder what that would be like before I got this shield. I'm like, is he attacking him? All the time I'll start attacking him, and then it'll stop attacking him, which is really weird. Alright, I don't have quite as many fish and stuff as I kind of wish I did. Does take me a second to knock him down. Oh, lag. So far I haven't... Oh, well, the dungeon is aggressive. Most of the time the things are not overly aggressive. Oh, there's Masterpiece. What is he fighting? What is that thing? Oh, it's a level 89? My goodness. Is he running from that thing? I don't know. If he's running from it, I probably shouldn't be attacking it. But whatever. I'll try to help out here. Oh. Yeah, it's going to kill me. I can't believe I survived an attack. Come on. Come on. Don't let him get you. Of course, I'm lagging. Wow, I got it. Took out a level 89. That's what's up. And all I got was one gem. Tears. I thought I was going to get like some good loot out of that. I can't hang out here. the #1 founder. I don't have my chat window up, so I probably don't know if he's trying to talk to me or not. Yeah, without heroes, exactly. I gotta go get some fish or something. I got 5 fish. That ain't gonna cut it out here. Let me through the portal. Blues guy says UG looking good in blue. I appreciate that. Just for you, Blues guy. Put the blue shirt on. Alright, that sounded weird. It's because you got the blues in your name. Alright, the more I talk about it, the weirder it makes it. My whole life, if something was awkward, I would just make it more awkward on purpose. I don't know why. My whole life I have thought that was like the funniest thing ever. To like hold the tension, like hold the awkwardness on purpose. Because everybody else would be so like, I don't know why it made me think of that. It just made me think of like high school. Where like everybody was so worried about being awkward. I thought awkward was the funniest thing in the world. If you were like with your buddy, if you were with like your friends, especially like in the morning, you were in like a circle, a group of people, and like another person or 2 or 3 would walk up, and it'd be like awkward for a second. I love to just like double down on that and just try to make it more awkward. I don't know. I thought that was the funniest thing in the world. That's what it reminded me of. Hey, I'm just trying to make commentary, trying to be entertaining. Is it working? Are you entertained? It's a hard life of a streamer, I tell you. It felt good having those 50 plus people on a stream. But I told myself, don't get used to it. Because that's not going to happen every day. But you don't know. If you don't show up and you don't go live, it certainly can't happen, right? Let's see if this guy even can do any damage to me anymore. No, he really can't do no damage. Which is maybe why he gave me 0 gold. Hey, what's up, Melissa? In the Bulls run. I don't know if I'll ever get tired of saying that. Saw somebody say the other day they're waiting for the next mount to drop. So they have something to grind for. Wow, I feel like I took that guy down even easier. I thought he was higher. Alright, and then I'm confused. It says I get 1800 combat XP. But like, if I go to my skill and we go down to combat, it says like I've only got 78. XP loot trophies are never capped. So XP, okay. Daily gold ceiling. Okay, so this is gold from combat. Hey, it's amazing when you actually read it. Daily gold ceiling. So this is all pertaining to gold. All of this is pertaining to gold. I did not realize that. So, gold ceiling from the boss purses. Okay. And then you have combat gold. Aren't those the same thing? Oh, what's up, Reliable J? I'm terrible at reading the chat. I don't know if anybody's figured. I don't know if anybody's on to me yet, but I am not good with the chat. Come on, let me move the chat. How do I move it? Most of the stuff pretty customizable. You can move it, but like so many buttons everywhere. Let's put the home up here. That makes a lot of sense. Race controls? Race controls. Oh. Can I move this? Do I need this? So wait, can I toggle a race from anywhere? Like, do I not need to be in the... I keep going all the way to the race. The race place. Alright, we got a quest that we can hit. Let's claim that reward. 36 gold. It's not going to make me rich, but I'll take it. I just saw that Master said tomorrow we should join for Bone Maw. Should go to guild chat, huh? Yeah. I don't even know when Bone Maw is. How do I move the chat? Bro, I am so lost on this thing. Maybe I need to move this somewhere else. What is going on? There we go. Can we get like a black on white or something? Who can read this? Am I? Oh. I guess I could just super zoom it in. Bro, whose idea was this, like, light green on white? On a dark background, I can read that chat a little bit better, but I don't know. Is that just me? Probably shows up a little different on your tablet. It says definitely, sir. I don't remember what I was saying, but thank you for being here. Hey, there's Sinju. I don't even know what we're doing anymore. Gotta move that back. Close these quests. What am I supposed to do here? Craft 39 goods. Alright, that should be easy to do. Go ahead and hit some wood, make some planks, cooked meals, slay mist wood. Maybe we'll try to get some of these quests out of the way. Frost Peak what? Start with the first one. We'll do them one by one. So let's see if this counts. Alright, so it does count. Probably be easier if we just do the large trees. Oh, another person just rolled in. Smash that like button. Think about maybe joining our free Discord. We do have a GameFi tab in the free Discord, where if all you love is DeFi gaming, you could certainly hang out there. Alright, I just need a couple more planks here. Hit some regular wood. One thing I'd really love to see fixed is, like, when you are mining or looting something, how it pops up with what it is, but it covers this. And I, like, is it just me, or can I, like, I can't move the bag. So when I'm, like, in crafting, say I'm gonna, like, hit this, like, multi button, and then I start grabbing things, I know I can still hit it through it. I've figured that out, but I think it would be confusing to most people. I used to wait for this to disappear like this before I clicked it. I don't know. I don't know if anybody else has that problem. I don't know what it looks like on anybody else's screen, but when I zoom in and out, it doesn't fix it. Or make basically these things bigger or smaller. Give 5 goods to the monument. It's a great idea. Let's go give all of the goods to the monument. Oh wow, we rolled right past 2 hours, didn't even notice. I could do DeFi gaming streams all day. I really wish I could. Highly encourage everybody to throw super chats. That way I can just DeFi game all day long. I don't care about money, but without it, I gotta go work my resale business. All right, let's do all of these. Okay, so that was the monument. Did we do it? 5 goods to the monument. Craft tab. Oh, okay. That was the wrong thing. Good thing I didn't give all my planks away. There we go. It's a great way to get items off of you. All right. Let's see. Can we do all the quests? There should be like a reward for doing all the quests. Mistwood monster. I don't know what the Mistwoods are. Okay, that's the Mistwood. So is the Mistwood monsters like the boss? Like the final boss there? I don't know why I didn't grab one of the bonuses from the shrine, but whatever. We'll take this guy out. Oh, he's got a purple name. How he got a purple name? And he's a thief? Is thief like a guild? Don't know. Is he the monster? I'm going in. No, he is Golem Root the Hollow. So I guess he's not who I need to take out. Well, I guess it makes sense because there's 16 of them. All right, who's a monster? Oh, so just any of them. All right, well, we could do that. Yeah, it's just any of them. If you tap X, it'll attack the closest thing to you, which makes this type of quest pretty simple. I like that the fish you can eat for health, and they're super easy to get, so you don't really have to worry about trying to conserve. All the time. Super helpful. If anything, I need to use them up. I conserve things naturally when I play games, so I kind of like sit on way too many of them. Just need to run them up. All right, that's 15 and 16. Hit that heal, claim that reward. Frost Peak monsters. Pretty sure Frost Peak's gotta be over here, right? With the frost. I don't think there's any other frosty places. Alright, that works. Let's go ahead and take this boss out. Okay, I thought he stopped attacking him. Hey, that shield seems to be really helping with the damage taken. A Kindra crate drop something? One skill that I have is super low is foraging. Gotta get that up. They don't make foraging easy. I like when it auto gives my mats to the monument. I have no idea how to make it do that on purpose, though. Sometimes it does it, sometimes it doesn't do it. Melissa says no, little ones. Sorry, I don't know what you're talking about. Can you tell me what you're talking about? I say things and then you reply and then I don't look at the chat for forever. They invited us to the bone maw thing. Melissa, do you know when that is? I tried to ask, but I don't know if anybody saw it in the guild chat. All right, we're only at 10 out of 16. We need one more. Gotcha. Alright, claim that reward. Did we do them all? Yeah, we did all 5. Alright, that wasn't too bad. Hit that craft. The monument's like never ending, but I've learned that that's pretty good because you need to get a lot of these mats off of you most of the time. It's the easiest way to do it. All right, what's going on in this chat? And who hasn't checked out the new area yet? I went there once, but I'm gonna run back there. So I don't know what to do right now. I wonder if I can make it any farther in the dungeon. So funny. When I'm in this area, I'm like, oh, I'm kind of OP. I can take everything out, and then the minute I go through like one of the portals into the dungeon or something, I'm just like absolutely terrified to fight anything. So I don't actually want to wipe. I do want to go beat the boss in the void though. I like his flying mount. Can only the mods get those? I want one of those. A stone sickle. Okay, we got better than that though. A tackle box, 12% on finding fish, lumberjack belt, find a wood cutting. Okay, so they got one for everything. I would grab it, but I don't want to have no money when it comes to the trade route. You got to keep a little bit of money. I think 1.8 is about what I need for trade route. There's nothing out here yet, huh? I like that they went with the Japanese. I love to see them do about 8 or 9 or 10 more of these different villages. But what are they going to put in them? I look forward to seeing that. Like, you can make these. Whoa, what is this guy? Starfall Golem. Where is there a Starfall Golem, though? Alright. I don't know what they said. I'm terrible about reading things. I often do not read them. Classic gamer. Starfall Golem is on the bounty. Is there a place called Starfall? The hood. Mistwoods. Starfall. That's like actual Starfall. The chests are like, I have so many of them. Open this crate. Yeah, so you can use 2 USDG, which I don't I don't think I have. We'll try to spin it. Oh, wow. Actually, looks like I might have had 2 USDG. Okay. That actually worked. I would get like just the most common thing. That's like so... That's so me. If there's like a raffle or something, I don't even like to say it out loud, but like I always freaking get the worst stuff, or we'll just lose. If there's a giveaway, gonna lose. If there's a raffle, I don't even buy a ticket because I'm gonna lose. It gets old. All right, and for $2 to get like a common something, no, thank you. I thought there was a way to open them that didn't cost you money. Let me see. Open crate. Oh, you can spend 75 gold. Okay. Well, that's nice. Yo, what is that thing? What is that? Is that a boss? What? A missile toad? So... I don't know if anybody else feels this way, but like, here's this boss, right? But I don't really have any way to gauge if I can beat it. Just looking at the size and stuff, probably can't beat it. Full load inbound, run between the blasts. I mean, I'm not fighting it. But yeah, I pretty much don't understand. Okay. Alright, I don't want to fight the like random creatures around it. Did he just kick me? So like, can I fight it? I don't know, I'm trying to fight it. It like won't let me target it. I came here to fight this guy. That's who I'm here to fight. So flying mount from boss drop. Bone Maw is the T-Rex. Yeah, but like, is he always out all the time, or do you have to fight him at a certain time? Wow, I'm getting cooked on this one. Yeah, there ain't no way. Ain't no way. Alright, that looks like one that you have to fight with multiple people or something. Because just the amount of spawns that he spawned were crazy. I gotta go recover my stuff. So is there even a... Yeah. So there's no ability to recover your stuff. Might as well fight him. I mean, can't do anything else. Gotta run. So then what do you do? Just let you aggro and then try to take him out? Wow, he spawns so many people. Are they even... No, they're not even low level. Yeah, it doesn't really make any sense. I mean, I can try to hold aggro, but I can't even fight them because there's just way too many of them. Definitely need like a team. They do seem to kind of switch aggro, maybe? I have no health potions or anything. You might want to run, Melissa. Oh, you're way higher level than me. I forget this. Maybe they don't really do a lot of damage to you. I get the strat here. Hey, somebody showed up to help us. Hopefully he does way more damage than I do. I got a couple hits in on him. We'll see it through. I have no like healing potions or anything, so if I get hit by one of those swarms, I'm cooked. I would say this is like one of the most interactive like team things I've done in any DeFi game. Oh, we hit a jackpot, $689. Crown of Root, because it was my first time taking him out. All right. Nice. Let's go to Valley Chat. Well, that was fun. Starfall Golem. Okay, so I killed a Starfall Golem. Oh, there we are. It's these little flying guys. Hey, somehow I picked up all of my stuff back. So, did that boss like have my stuff? What's up with this guy? Can we even fight this guy? Oh wow, he literally shot right at me. I don't know how this guy works. Just here for the golems. Oh, I did not mean to fight that thing. Dang it. Instead of clicking on him, I just hit X all the time. Oh, wow. He's just shooting everywhere. Alright, let's rush him. Whoa. Is he spawning all those guys? I can definitely not take a hit from these guys. Thank goodness this bull is so fast. Come on, hit them. There we go. I took 2 out. It's the best I got. Oh, get the heck out of here. I felt like I did something useful, but now I realize I didn't. There's so many of them. I want to make sure I get some hits on him. I want to be excluded from this bounty now. Alright, he's kicking me. He's almost done. We got this. Alright. Wow, 30,000 combat XP. Is this how you level up? This seems like the way you level up. Nice. Hey, I made it to level 20. Now I can finally go into that icy area and fight that one boss. That was fun. Alright, I'm going to finish this bounty in here. Take out these Starfall guys. After fighting that stuff, this seems way easier. What do I got? I got 3 more. Oh, I see one. I don't remember, do I collect the bounty like automatically, or do I got to go to like the bounty board in the village or something? Sounds about right. No, I didn't want to fight that. I want to fight that. I'm always so zoomed out. It's definitely better when you're more zoomed in. Alright, the bounty thing went away. I don't know if I actually collected it or what. Melissa, do you know about the bounties? When you complete them, do you automatically get like your reward and stuff, or do you have to go to the like bounty board inside the village and collect? Just wondering if you know. Either way, I'm going to run to the village real quick and check that out. Bounty board. Here we are. Nope, it has changed on me. All right. Even made a little bit of gold. That's cool. Yes, it's automatically nice. Yo, what is going on? Vlad the merchant. He's laughing at me? That was so random. I don't know what just popped up. A marrow find? A marrow fiend? I'm not familiar enough with all the different monsters and like where they are. So I have to like run around. But I will say, we're rolling on our 3rd hour here. I'm going to hop off. I would love to hang out and play games with you guys all night. So, tell your friends to send in those super chats so we can game 24/7. Joking, not joking. Stay underground. Stay crypto. It's been a ton of fun. That really was lit. Kind of almost raiding some of those big bosses. That felt a lot more like a real MMORPG style game. Stay underground. Stay crypto. I will catch you in the next one. If you love crypto education, if you love DeFi gaming, join that Discord. Smash that like button, subscribe, tell your friend about the channel. If you're lucky enough to know somebody in real life who loves crypto, blockchain, DeFi, education, whatever it is, let them know about the channel. Underground Crypto out.